Excuse me. Well, why Wendy never got sued as much? She got so Wendy got lawsuits all the time. Wendy got all kinds of cease and desist lawsuits all the time. Magazines, National Enquirer, People, all them shit. They've been sued. Most of the time, it goes nowhere. But these people have teams. They you know gossip mags. That really didn't went out of style. But they had whole legal teams. When you do a TV show, you have a legal team. Come on now. Yeah, Wendy got cease and desist all the time, all the time, all the time. And sometimes, yes, they do win. Angelina Jolie has won for defamation. I want to say Brad Pitt has too. I think Meghan Markle did too. Like it has happened. But anyway, let's see. Let's look at the videos within this week. So yeah, Impressive. She did her video. Love it. Shout out to Impressive. Real Reality Gossip. Chronicle Speaks. Misty. The real reason Tia Mowry left her husband. Entertainment Tonight. Everybody's been talking about this. Comedy Hype. Layla Lynn. Shout out to all these people. No shade being thrown. Fox Soul. So I'm saying all that to say. I'm saying all that to say. Oh, wait. We got a comment confirming something. Stephanie said, Storm Cory said his neighbors across the street didn't like him. So that's some truth. I'm just saying, I say all of this to say it's one thing for people to just talk about it. It's another thing when you got you got somebody that used to know them. So Cory thought he was gonna get dragged and got scared. I mean, listen, he has to do what he has to do to protect his image. I do understand that because some stuff may come out in this interview that even Tia didn't know about, and that shit will be used in court. Best believe. If his neighbors didn't like him, then they can be salty. Okay, that's true too. But nonetheless, two things can be true at the same time. But I even brought that up in the interview because I asked the neighbor, I was like, so, what if people say that, you just mad because, you didn't get them? And she was like, I didn't want him. I'm mad because he was around the one that I did want. So, yep, the fact that he reached out to you specifically has me thinking the neighbor has some truth to her tea. So what would have happened if you just would have did the interview? He would have said, take it down, or could he have sued? Once it plays, this is typically the process. So typically, the celebrity or their team or whatever will just reach out and say, hey, I'm going to sue you if you put that up. Once you put something out, even if you delete it, it's still technically on the internet forever. So they can just really just sue you for real. But most likely he would have sent a cease and desist to say take it down immediately. It probably maybe would have been up a day or two, and then I would have had to make that decision to take it down or not. Yada yada yada.
Hi, you guys. So, yesterday, Storm, he came live first by himself saying, he had this interview. He was excited about it and excited about us hearing it. And he said it was with a neighbor. I thought it was a mistress, but it was a neighbor, allegedly a neighbor of Tia and Cory Hardicts. Now, at the time that he was supposed to air this interview, he comes back on and he says, Cory DM'd him, I guess on Instagram or wherever, and said he's going to file a lawsuit if he plays the video. So he kind of took cause of stuff. He said he felt uncomfortable about it because he wasn't sure what his rights, are legally with interviewing the neighbor. I think legally he can interview the neighbor. The neighbor will take responsibility for her, he or she, whoever, man or woman, for themselves for saying things that's not true. And then that is who Cory would sue. He would have to sue the person that's actually lying on him. Storm is just giving her or this person a platform. It's kind of like the Jaguar thing as well. They could not go after, and he should have really known that from the Jaguar thing because certain people were saying Jaguar was lying, right? But if she was lying, they could have sued her. And then some people felt like she was, dodging the the service. Like people were saying, Larry Reed is dodging the service from the bishop. So I don't know what's true, what's not in that situation, but I do feel like he could interview her. The lady is going to take responsibility, or man, that person would have to take responsibility for what they're saying. Is it a good look to give somebody your platform just to come and say things about people? No, and that's what I was talking about before. I would not do that, and I do agree with the people who were saying to him, do you at least look into the neighbor, make sure it is truly a neighbor of theirs and that this person honestly had contact with them, because don't get on this platform talking about that man and you never even had a conversation with him, right? So you have to be careful with that because people will try to make a name for themselves by just going on people's platforms and they know have large platforms and just saying a bunch of stuff and they don't even know the person, right? Like the lady was trying to do with Foxy Brown and turned out she wasn't even related to Foxy Brown. So you have to be careful with stuff like that. And so, yeah, if he felt like he needed to step back and really examine what he was doing, I don't blame him for doing that. But legally, I think he has a right to interview the person that's saying that they had some type of experience with Cory. What type of experience, as far as negative behavior, is what I think Storm was saying that the person was reporting that he had a bad attitude or something. I don't know. Cory don't give me that, but I don't know him. I haven't spent any time around him, so I don't know what he's like. So I can't really speak to that. But he's a young black man in the entertainment industry that we don't hear nothing about, and that is very, very rare. A very talented young man, and I wish that we could push for him more in that way. Um, but we don't hear anything negative, any negativity about him, right? He's not out here drinking and driving and doing all kind of stuff that we hear all these other folks getting involved in. So I tend not to believe that because there's nothing to make me feel that he has, that he's any worse than any other human being. We're all capable of having a bad day. We're all capable of not being our best self in front of people. So it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think Storm did the right thing by not interviewing the neighbor? And I don't know where Missy Elliott comes in to all of this. If y'all could explain it, please do. I asked him in the comments, but nobody answered. It was something about Missy Elliott's voice or something. I don't know. Let me know what y'all know about the Missy Elliott connect. Okay, the connection, where she comes into all of this, and how do you feel about people wanting to get more details into Tia and Cory all of a sudden, right? I think they were a favorite of ours, and that is a added pressure when you have all these people rooting for you and wanting to reflect on your family or place for both of them. For us to put that type of pressure on them, and I wonder if that had anything to even do with it. But Tia is now saying she has a book coming out as well. So you guys, people were jumping on her for taking shine from her sister's book, but she has a book coming out. Cory's show is starting this week, I believe. He's on a TV show. I'll try to put it in my community tab, the name of the show, Homecoming. I believe it's called Homecoming. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments. As far as this interview Storm was trying to pull together. Storm tried to get his interviews up over there, okay? So let me know what you guys think about that. Do you think that legally he got into some type of trouble? I think the person is responsible for themselves, going on the platform, talking about Tia or Cory. And I know people were referencing this Sweetie Pie's situation. To be careful saying things yourself, because people can, these celebrities or whoever, they could pull you into it to where you giving your opinion and you commenting on them about stuff you really don't know about. I think the best thing to do is to let these people come in and say whatever it is that they're going to say, since they're the person who had the connection with them. You don't get involved in that. You just ask them the questions. That's how I see it. That's my opinion. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video.